How much should I get paid? That's a great question, and we're going to answer it right now. I'm John Sanpetro, and on this episode of the Stamping is My Business podcast, I'm going to answer one of the most common questions I get from stamping business owners. How much should I get paid? First of all, let's just get it right out there. Getting paid is really important. If you're going to spend time away from your loved ones and your friends, and if you're going to spend time on this rather than other things you enjoy doing, there should be some justification. And look, if you're going to spend money on this instead of something else, and you will, there needs to be some justification. The truth is, when you are getting paid, people take you more seriously. Your friends take you more seriously. Your coworkers take you more seriously. Let's be honest. Sometimes your family takes you more seriously, or to put it another way, they don't take you very seriously when you're not getting paid. It's also a validation of your decision to start your stamping business, and the bottom line is it just feels good to get paid. It really does. And there's no reason why you shouldn't. So, how much should you get paid as a stamping business owner? What I tell my clients is you should be shooting for at least $20 per hour for every hour you're spending on your stamping business. $20 per hour for every hour you're spending on your stamping business. And I know that there are some of you listening to this right now, this very second, who are thinking that that's crazy, that that's just too high. It's really not. And let me give you some things to think about. First of all, minimum wage in the United States is $7.25 an hour. So this is not significantly higher than that. And most of you invest a lot of time and money into learning your craft. Quite honestly, if you were going to invest the same amount of time that you've spent on your stamping business and learning your craft into something more formal in terms of education, it would equate to something between a master's and a doctoral level degree. And I know that sounds crazy, but think about it. Do the math. I've done the math. And I can tell you, it really would equate to a higher level graduate degree. And the average starting salary of someone with a master's degree is $78,000 per year. That's their starting salary. And if you break that down into a 40-hour work week and 50 weeks of work with a 2-week vacation, that works out to $39 per hour. Or, to put it another way, twice as much as I'm suggesting you should be shooting for. So it's really not that high. Look, the bottom line is that experts in their fields are usually paid significantly more than other people. And whether you realize it or not, you are an expert in your field. People come to you for your knowledge. People come to you with questions. People come to you with problems in this niche. Who do they go to with questions? Who do they go to with problems? They go to experts. They go to people who know more than they do. And that's you. You are an expert in your field. And as a result of that, you should be paid accordingly. And two things you need to keep in mind. $20 an hour is not the final goal. $20 an hour is just the first plateau you should shoot for. It is by no means where you should stop. And there's no reason why you should feel like you should stop there. And let me just say this. If other people are telling you that you can't make that kind of money, if other people, especially in this industry, are telling you you can't make that kind of money, if you have colleagues, fellow stamping business owners who are telling you that, you need to run as quickly as possible in the opposite direction. Because anyone who's telling you that you can't make $20 an hour doing what you do is not somebody you want to be spending any time with. Seriously. There's an old saying, I can't remember who said it, but she said, you show me the 5 people that you spend the most amount of time with, and I'll tell you how successful you're going to be. And there's some real truth to that. If you surround yourself with people who don't believe in what you're doing or what they're doing, if there's other stamping business owners, then they're going to drag you down with them. And that is the last thing you want. So $20, first goal, first plateau, not the last. And by the way, that $20 is for every hour that you're putting into your business. It's not just for the hours that are directly related to money-generating events like classes and workshops, etc. So what that means is that you actually need to earn more than $20 an hour on those money-generating events in order to make up for the other time. So the question then becomes, how do you do this? Okay, it's the hardest part of this is shifting your mindset. And I mean really shifting it. You know, a lot of people say that they're shifting their mindset, but they don't. They talk a good game, but they don't walk the walk. Okay? If you want to do this, you absolutely can. If you want to make these numbers, you absolutely can. First, you need to know what your number is. You need to know what your goal is. So if it's $20 an hour, you need to know that. You need to be focused on it. Okay? If you know that that's what you're shooting for, then that's something you need to keep always front of mind. Then you need to know the numbers for everything that you're doing. You need to know what's making you money and what's not making you money. You need to know what's getting you closer to that salary goal and what is not, or maybe even what's taking you further away. And when you know that, and this is the tough part right here, when you know that, then you need to be relentless in your pursuit of these goals. And that means that you have to stop doing things that aren't worth it. And this is where a lot of stamping business owners have real problems, because this is where they come up against peer pressure and they see what everyone else is doing and they feel like they need to do it too, and they're worried about what other people are going to think. Guys, if that's your primary concern, then you're not going to hit those goals. You're going to be hitting someone else's goals maybe somewhere, but you're not going to be hitting yours. You have to be unforgiving in your pursuit of these goals. You have to be relentless. Nothing can stop you. And that means when you see something that's not worth it, that's not making you the money that you need, you have to drop it. If you feel like you've given it the best shot, if you've really worked the idea, then if it's not working, it's not working. You have to be relentless. Bottom line, don't let anybody, including you, tell you that you can't do this. Or even worse, don't let anybody, including you, tell you you're not worth it. You are worth it. You can do it. But the only person who's going to make that happen is you. If you enjoyed this episode of the Stamping is My Business podcast, please feel free to like it, share it, subscribe to it, and listen to more. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, our website, stampingismybusiness.com, and on our Facebook page, facebook.com/stampingismybusiness. If you have questions or ideas for future episodes, please email them to me at john@stampingismybusiness.com. This is John San Pietro, and I'm just trying to get you paid.